that science is in a state of flux.
Before I get into my remarks, I've worked in clinical practice for 25 years, and it is absolutely anathema to me that any clinical member of staff would seek to allow their feelings to trump the privacy, dignity and rights of any patient in their care.
Hear, hear.
So the one thing that I hope that all sides could agree on in this debate is that equality as a principle is something that we should all embrace, cherish and protect. Our understanding of what that means and how it is achieved is the nub of this debate, and our willingness to either accommodate that or otherwise with each other. I want to consider that foundation first. The notion of equality and its role in law is not new. Going back millennia, Aristotle argued that equals should be treated equally and unequals should be treated unequally. This enduring principle of equality requires that individuals should be treated the same unless, of course, they differ in ways that are relevant for consideration to maximise their equality before the law. Understanding how we differ requires a shared and clear language to delineate and apply those considerations effectively. And as from the days of Aristotle, sex, who is male and who is female, has been the bedrock upon which we have accommodated fundamental differences. As same-sex attracted male, my sex and the sex of my partner is a primary defining characteristic of my identity and my protection in law.
Hear, hear.
If sex were to mean anything other than the biological category of natal male, it would no longer be possible for me to delineate or describe who I am within the law, or for the protection of other gay men like me.
Hear,
and
hear.
this is true of other protected characteristics in the Act, including the protection of the trans population under the characteristic of gender reassignment. I remember when I was first asked if I believed that trans women were women, and I was puzzled by the question, as it implied the need to subvert and subsume the meaning of woman as it has been commonly understood. But not just that, because I see absolutely nothing controversial calling a trans woman or a trans man. These are as necessary as biological categories to society and to the Equality Act to accommodate them, to value them and to protect them. To deny that a trans woman is a trans woman suggests that there is something less, something other about a trans identity, something to be hidden away in someone else's identity. I reject that suggestion entirely. Now as then, I value trans people and respect those who have chosen to make such a profound change to their lives in search of inner peace. But the act of subsuming rights or clouding language around equality goes far beyond those considerations, as without a stable codified language, the whole meaning of protected characteristics, hitherto based on sex, comes tumbling down and risks ushering in a chaotic and anarchic approach where equality legislation based on Aristotle's fundamental principle becomes utterly impossible. Everyone suffers. Children should be free to be their own individual, carefree, special selves, without adults imposing their gendered stereotypes on them.
Hear, hear.
Telling children there is something intrinsically wrong with them is absolutely unforgivable.
Hear, hear.
But if equalities legislation is to protect anyone, then it must be able to effectively describe everyone. Thank you, Mr. Hurth.
Peter Gibson.
Thank you, Mr. George. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and I want to congratulate the honourable member for Gower for ably leading this debate.